Welcome back to the deep dive. Today we're digging into just one source, but it's a big one. The full report from WWE Friday Night SmackDown, hashtag 1366, Orlando, Florida.
Yep. And we're really treating it like a dramatic text. It's that key show right after the WrestlePalooza pay-per-view.
Exactly. We're looking at how things are shifting, who's rising, especially with the title pictures getting locked in, power structures kind of crumbling maybe.
Absolutely. And what's interesting is the source itself has this fan poll built in right at the top. Grade the show from 1, Sarah got to 6, ungenugend.
Yeah, instant feedback.
Right. So our job is to unpack all that narrative, the character stuff, the title setups for Crown Jewel. It's all in there.
And the stakes were high. This is the direct fallout from WrestlePalooza in front of, about 9,900 people at the Kia Center?
Around that, yeah. So the big question for us, I think, is when the established powers are, weakened or absent, what happens next? Who fills that void?
Okay, let's jump right in. It starts with Paul Heyman in the ring. And just a note, Michael Cole and Booker T are on commentary.
Because Corey Graves is still out, right? After that F5 from Lesnar a few weeks back.
That's the one. So Heyman's out there.
And he immediately does the classic Heyman pivot. Roman Reigns is injured, stretchered out in Paris, thanks to Bronson Reed.
Yeah, big news there.
But Heyman, he barely touches on it. Instead, he shifts all the focus onto Bron Breakker.
The future.
Calls him the guy who's going to main event WrestleMania into the 2030s, the 2040s. It's a huge endorsement, basically saying, forget Roman, here's my new guy.
But then Cody Rhodes comes out. Big pop from the crowd.
Huge pop. And Cody tries to play Heyman's game, calls him the klugste man, the cleverest man he knows.
Yeah.
Kind of like a backhanded compliment.
Trying to pin him down, maybe? Asking if he's the oracle, the wise man, the advocate.
And Heyman just swerves him. Says, I'm the GOAT. Doesn't give Cody anything concrete, just arrogance, greatest of all time.
But this is where it gets really interesting, I thought. Cody pulls out a picture.
The still image, yeah, of Heyman announcing Lesnar at WrestlePalooza.
Right. Suggesting this wasn't just a one-off deal with Lesnar. Cody's basically accusing Heyman of orchestrating all this chaos with Breakker and Reed now, too.
And he warns Breakker and Reed.
Yeah.
Right? Tells him Heyman's loyalty is, well, it's always flexible, let's say.
But then the numbers game kicks in. Breakker and Reed look ready to jump Cody.
Until Randy Orton hits the ring.
Save. Always gets a reaction.
Absolutely. And it wasn't just a quick save. It was decisive. Orton hits the RKO on Bronson Reed.
And Cody takes out Breakker with a clothesline, sends him packing.
So that establishes a clear line, doesn't it? Rhodes and Orton, the established guys, standing together against Heyman's new associates.
Yeah, the old guard is definitely aware of the threat. Okay, so moving on from that big opening, the show then really started setting the table for Crown Jewel, title-wise.
Right. Across the board, pretty much. They locked in a couple of key matches.
Let's start with the tag teams. The Street Profits, Montez Ford and Angelo Dawkins.
They got the #1 contender spot for the WWE Tag Team titles.
How'd they do that?
They beat Miz and Carmelo Hayes. Mello Don't Miz, as they're called.
Right.
Took them about 9.5 minutes. Ford finished it with the frog splash.
Under 10 minutes? That feels kind of quick for a #1 contender match.
It does suggest they wanted to give the Profits strong momentum quickly. And remember their pre-match interview, they basically said, look, whatever issues we had, they're on hold. We want the belts back. Unified front.
Okay, makes sense. Now, the women's division was also super busy. We had the triple threat main event later, but backstage, Stephanie Baker, the women's world heavyweight champ, was making her presence felt.
Oh, yeah. She wasn't just waiting around. She went looking for trouble, almost. First, she confronted Jade Cargill.
Acknowledging that storm Jade promised was coming for her.
Exactly. And then later, she had this intense, silent stare down with Tiffany Stratton.
So Baker's reminding everyone, hey, I'm the other top champ here, don't forget me, even before the SmackDown women's title match happens.
Pretty much asserting dominance. We also saw Julia and Kiana James beat Mitchin and B-Fab in a tag match. Took about 10 minutes.
But the interesting thing in the women's tag scene was backstage, wasn't it? With the champs.
Yeah, Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss. They ran into that NXT team, Sol Ruca and Zarya.
And basically told them to get back in line?
Pretty much dismissed them. Wait your turn. It's kind of the opposite of the Rhodes-Orton dynamic, isn't it?
So?
Well, Rhodes and Orton teamed up against a new threat. Flair and Bliss are trying to shut down the new threat before it even gets going. They see NXT talent as a danger and want to squash it.
Interesting contrast. Okay, let's talk mid-card. We had Drew McIntyre.
Wow. Yeah, McIntyre's segment was something else. He comes out clearly injured, right? The report mentioned a visible leg injury.
He wasn't looking for sympathy. He was mad.
Furious. Blaming a crooked ref, paid off by Cody Rhodes, for his loss at WrestlePalooza.
And didn't he say the WWE medical team was in on it too, like on Cody's payroll?
He did, which is just completely over the top. Nick Aldis had to come out, the GM, told him, basically, stop making excuses, you lost. Calling the Ubelonigan Schotten the bad-tempered Scot.
But Drew just kept ranting.
And that set the stage perfectly for Jacob Fatu.
Oh, man. Fatu's interruption.
Fatu marches down, grabs the mic, and just destroys McIntyre verbally first. Tells him to stop whining, and the quote was, finally sit down with his wooden leg butt.
Wow, that's specific and brutal.
Instantly establishes Fatu as this vicious, no-nonsense guy, and then it got physical.
McIntyre tried a headbutt.
Yeah, but Fatu hit a super kick, and then, this was crazy. He ripped the stabilizer brace right off McIntyre's injured leg.
Ripped it off.
Tore it right off his foot, and then used the brace itself to knock McIntyre out cold.
Using the brace as a weapon.
Exactly. It wasn't a wrestling move, it was an assault. Huge statement. Fatu is immediately positioned as this dangerous, unpredictable force.
Okay, so while the chaos is happening, we also had the U.S. title defended.
We did. Sami Zayn had his open challenge. He defended successfully against Javon Evans.
How long did that go?
About 10 minutes, maybe a bit more. Zayn won with the Blue Thunder Bomb.
And Sami, being Sami, showed respect afterward.
Yep, helped Evans up. Class act. But there was a little detail. Josh Briggs was spotted watching the match from the crowd.
Ah, hinting at the next challenger, perhaps.
Seems likely planting seeds for Zayn's next feud.
Okay, nearly main event time. But first, more backstage stuff.
Just a couple of quick hits. Nia Jax shot down Chelsea Green trying to recruit her for that secret Hervis thing.
Yeah, whatever that is.
And then Damian Priest got jumped.
Right. Kit Wilson confronted him first, accusing him of toxic masculinity.
Bit random, yeah. Right. But then Aleister Black appeared out of nowhere. Black mass kick. Priest is down.
And Black wished him a happy birthday. Mockingly.
Yeah. Weird, personal. Shows Black is targeting Priest specifically, and anyone's vulnerable backstage.
Okay, so all that leads us to the main event. The WWE Women's Championship Triple Threat.
Tiffany Stratton defending against Jade Cargill and Nia Jax. Good match. Went about 14 minutes.
And Stratton retained? How did she win?
This is key. She pinned Nia Jax after hitting her finisher, the PME, prettiest moonsault ever.
So she pins Nia, not Jade Cargill.
Exactly. Keeps the title on Stratton, but protects Jade by having her not take the fall. Keeps Jade looking like a major threat, which is important because
the winner faces Stephanie Vacker at Crown Jewel.
Precisely. So the show ends with Vacker coming down to the ring. No words. Just a super intense stare down with the champion, Tiffany Stratton.
Setting up that huge champion versus champion match. Perfect ending to tie it all together.
Absolutely. Locks in that major women's title match for the big show.
Okay, so let's synthesize this for everyone listening. We saw the Heyman situation get even more complex, right? With Breakker and Reed now in the mix, Heyman looks like the main puppet master.
Definitely playing a dangerous game.
Yeah.
And the title pictures are much clearer now. Stratton versus Vacker is official. The Street Profits are lined up for a tag title shot.
And we've got two huge new threats making immediate violent impacts. Jacob Fatu and Aleister Black both made massive statements.
Which leads to maybe the biggest question coming out of this. With all the focus on Heyman, his history, his maneuvering, his constant search for the next big thing. Yeah. Is he actually the most dangerous person in WWE right now? Not the guys doing the attacking, but the one potentially pulling the strings.
That is a really interesting thought. Is the chaos orchestrated, not random, something for you to definitely think about?
Yeah, who's really benefiting from all this?
And one final thing to consider. Remember that fan poll at the start? The 1 to 6 rating.
Yeah, the grade the audience gave the show.
Which moment do you think swayed that grade the most? Was it Orton's big save? Was it that absolutely brutal attack by Fatu on McIntyre? Or maybe the final stare down between Stratton and Vacker setting up Crown Jewel?
Good question. Could be any of them, depending on what you value in a show, right? Action, violence, storyline progression.
Exactly. Let us know what you think. If you enjoyed this deep dive and analysis, please do us a favor. Like, subscribe, and drop a comment below. We love hearing from you.
It definitely helps us out.
We'll catch you on the next one.